Robert's in Medway. Robert, Kent. Now, you must be celebrating. What are you celebrating, Robert?
I'm celebrating the fact that the reset can finally start. That.
So what do you mean by reset, mate?
Reset. Well, I'm one of what you would call the working poor. And for the last 20-odd years, I've seen my wage go down as I've changed companies and been made redundant or sacked or whatever over the last few years. So, therefore, the foundations are being laid at the moment for the new future. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. And
hang on, you can't celebrate that.
Well, it's the foundations.
What is it? What is it? What is it about the European Union that you think has led to your wages stagnating or your redundancies being delivered?
It's numbers of people. It's not. I hate that word immigration because I think it's used as to make it a nasty word.
Yes.
It's the numbers of people, and it's the fact that a warehouse can be built in Kemsley, yet 60% of the employed are employed through an agency that bring certain people into the country, and that's not really a major issue if it was done fairly and offered to the local people. But
did you apply?
And yes, I did. I got the job, and I then dismissed a few years later. But I now work for somewhere else.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
You're celebrating the fact that that warehouse that employs 60% of agency staff would have to employ people like you, but it did.
I'm celebrating the fact that the possibilities for the new beginning to start and for the equilibrium in the wage system at the moment, which only seems to be going down when it comes to unskilled labour.
No. You know that's for everybody. That's not just unskilled labour.
Yes.
Wage stagnation right across the board. My favourite example is the Daily Express, where my friends and former colleagues have spent 10 years trying to get a pay rise, and they haven't had a penny out of a bloke that was one of the big funders of Brexit and routinely takes millions out of the company himself. Just listen, this is going to possibly be a bit... If you don't want to answer this question, just tell me to clear off, all right? But what do you think, just off the top of your head, what do you think an unregulated or a deregulated tax haven is?
It's a nightmare.
and that's what Theresa May is saying will become if the EU don't do what she wants. And
I'm not completely opposed to it if there is proper regulation, but obviously...
Proper regulation of a deregulated tax haven.
Exactly.
So you're celebrating something that you described as a nightmare appearing on the horizon of our country because reset.
That is only if the European Union want to be absolutely nasty.
And can you think from history of an example where the majority membership of a club have offered a better deal to a minority non-member than they enjoy themselves?
Well, as a lot of financial industries and a lot of
Can you think of an example of when, the people who are in a club, paying to be in a club, and numbering, 27 out of 28 or 460 million out of 500 odd million, 440 million out of 500 odd million. Can you think of circumstances in which they will say to the junior non-member, you can have a better deal in our club than we've got?
Well, the answer to that is no.
But you're celebrating?
I'm celebrating, yes, because the simple fact is that we have to make a change. And as you keep on saying, and this is the thing, I disagree with some of the things that you say, but I love the principle that you put forward, and I love you, man.
I love you, Robert. I really do. I really do.
But it is, for me, looking forward, inside the EU, I can only see things getting more depressive, house prices, rentals going up, but wages is the one thing which we can control the descent into whatever you like to call it.
Oh, mate, listen, I'm glad you... I don't think you could be more wrong. I really don't, but at least we can keep it civilised. And you know what my politics are. Call me a champagne socialist or whatever you want. I care a hell of a lot more about people like you and the financial situation you described than I do about people like me. And I know that's a little bit mad and possibly counterintuitive, but I'm going to be all right. I hope that I'm wrong and you're right, and that there is some sort of reset here. But it's our biggest customer. It would be like, I don't know what line of work you were in, but it would be like cutting loose your biggest customer and then having to cold call lots of new people who you've never had deals with before and offer them something that's better than what they've got with their existing clients.
Anyway,
all right, mate.
there is a generate. Sorry,
that's all right. Right. No, that's all right. Hey, look, I couldn't do whatever it is you do for a living. I'm pretty certain of that. So there's maybe just spouting and speaking. That's all I do.
Well, you do a good job at that because you get me irate all the time.
Yeah, well, just don't get angry. Get informed. Seriously, get informed.
No, that's why I love you, man.
All right, Rob. Take it easy, mate. We cool?
Yeah, we're always cool.
We're always cool.
I disagree.
Still, even after that.
Even after that.
And that's why we are where we are, my friend. At 14 minutes after 11, but at least we can keep it civilised.